Hello, Chloe here from Border River Flowers. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I've been in the air conditioner for the last hour or so because it's so hot here today, but our office is connected to the house but not by a doorway, so it's not air conditioned, and that's where I usually do my bouquet making and whatnot as well. So it's a bit hot in here, but I wanted to do something a little bit different today and run through all the different seed companies that I have ordered from, and just bring out different points about them, why I order certain seeds from particular suppliers, and any requirements that certain ones will need. I know quite a lot of people have been asking about where they can get bigger quantities or smaller quantities or special varieties from. So I'll run through that list today. Hopefully it is helpful. We'll start off with the seed companies that have a smaller quantity. The seed count is a smaller quantity. So Seed Collection is one. They have some of their varieties, they sort of can have 100, 200 seeds. They are a cheap option, but you do have to go through their website. Like each variety, you have to make sure you check out like growth habit and the height and everything like that, because they don't have a special cut flower seed selection on their website. So you just got to be mindful of that. I've made that mistake before where I've just gone through and, oh, that's pretty, order that. Oh, that's pretty, we'll order that. Oh, we'll try this. And you get them and you're like, oh, that only grows to 20 centimeters tall. So that you have to be mindful of that when you order from them. But they're I think they're so I've had good germination and everything. I haven't had any trouble with their seeds, but I think they're so cheap. They're just, like, they're not packaged fancy or anything like that. So maybe that's where they cut their costs a bit. What else about them? I think that's about all for them. And then Veggie Garden Seeds, they have small quantities and are quite expensive, but they also have some of the more specialty varieties like the Queen Series zinnias, the double click cosmos, and all of those ones that you can't really get anywhere else in bigger or cheaper quantities. So when it comes to that, I mean, if you want those more specialty varieties, you just have to pay it like I have, and you can always start to keep your own seed a bit as well once you've got them. But if they're the more specialty ones, that generally you can charge a bit more for the stems of flowers anyway. So in the end, I think seeds is one of those things where in the end you can't lose out. You get enough to make your money back well and truly from them in most cases, or I can't think of a case where you wouldn't. And especially with things like zinnias and cosmos, where they are cut and come again, like you keep cutting from them for most of a season. Some of the others that are a one and done type thing are probably a little bit, you're making a bit less of a margin there. But otherwise, I think there's no way to lose out. I've found the quality of them fine as well. I haven't had any problems with germination from them. And then, I'm not even sure if I'm going to say this correct, but Jardin de Fleur, they're pretty much the same as the Veggie Garden seeds, very similar. They have the more specialty varieties in smaller amounts, but at a more expensive price point. I don't think there's anything else about them that is any different. They're pretty much the same prices as the Veggie Garden seeds. And going into bigger quantities, places with bigger quantities, you've got Royston Petrie seeds, what everybody calls RP seeds. They have larger quantities, and they have a massive selection. But again, they're a bit like the seed collection. It's not really a cut flower specific area on their website to order straight from and know that you're going to get something that is good as a cut flower. So you have to do your research and know what you're looking at to order from them as well. They don't have pictures, so if you want to see what something looks like, you have to go and Google that outside of their website to see what they look like. But that's easy enough to do. It is quite a process with how many seeds they do have, though. I think in the flower section on their website, I think there's like 830 listings or something. So it's quite a lot to go through. Oftentimes I'll sort of go to other websites before them to order, just because it is quite a process just going through all the varieties and figuring out which ones. Hear a funny noise. I think it's the dog. Trying to find somewhere cool to be. Yeah. And the only downside also, when you get their seeds, they don't have any of the info on the packet, which is fine. It just means you've got to check out if you don't know what to do with that seed, like planting depth, whatever. You just got to check it before you go out to your garden and start, or try to read it off the packet and the info isn't there. You have to Google that info as well. And then Hyson, they're sort of along the same lines as Royston Petrie, bigger quantities. Although Royston Petrie just sell by like a packet of seeds. No, they sell by grams, and when you order, you can go on and order so many grams, which is sort of a bit hard to tell how many it's going to be, but you get a bit of an idea when you know the size of seeds and the weights and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty easy to know how many you're going to be getting after you've done it a bit. Hyson, good for bigger quantities. You don't need an account to order their seeds. You don't need a wholesale account. They don't have a huge variety of seeds to choose from in their cut flower section. I'm going to say probably maybe 10. Be lucky if it'd be 15 different types, and then you go into each one and have a few varieties of each. I use them for my sunflower seeds. That's actually, I've ordered Sweet William off them before recently, but I haven't planted them, so I don't know what they're like, but I've had no worries whatsoever with their sunflower seeds. And when you go on there, they have a you have to order so many lots of each one, but you don't have to try and figure it out. Like, most of them are around, I think, 500 seeds. So like, I think that's like 5 lots of 100 or something is how they do it. But when you add it to your cart, it automatically adds the amount that qualifies for that particular seed that you're putting in the cart. I think I got 4 different varieties of sunflowers, and 3 of them were 5 lots. So it was like 500 seeds, and then 1 of them was 6 lots, so 600 seeds. And I don't know why that is or anything, but that's how it is. And when you add them, it just automatically does it. And again, when you receive them, they don't have any info on the packet either. So it's the same as the RP seeds. And then the last one is Ball. And I know a lot of people find it very daunting, the process with Ball. I think that process is set in place so that they aren't having to handle lots of little orders, they do only sell wholesale, so it's probably not worth them mucking around with just small amounts of seeds or plugs or anything like that. So there's quite a process to go through to get an account with them, and it doesn't necessarily mean you are going to be approved for an account. Hello, sweetie. What you up to? You are so grubby. You so grubby? You want to come and say hello?
Who's that?
To the camera. To everyone on YouTube. Just come and say hello. Oh, you got Dolly. Look at you.
Hello.
Where are you going? Get sunglasses?
Alright, got my sunglasses.
You going off somewhere with Dolly? No? Okay. Mummy has to keep going. Okay. That's okay. You just have to be nice and quiet. So yeah, I found it daunting when I first went to apply for an account, and luckily I did get approved, I was thankful for that after going through the process. But they are so easy to deal with. If you email the wrong person, they'll put you through to the correct person for what you're needing. If you ring them, or oftentimes if there's a problem, like when you fill the forms and stuff out, they will ring you and have a discussion with you about it. You can, ask them anything, and they just are happy to help out. So that was after I started the process, and I found them so easy to deal with. It was sort of much easier after that. And what else was I going to say about them? So what for seed ordering, if you go on the extras list for the plugs, they send out a list every Tuesday, and you can order off that. This is once you've got an account. You have to have an account to be able to do anything with them. And you can order off that list, and they'll send you an invoice. They send them out the following week, and you don't have to pay until you receive your plugs, and it's the same with seeds as well. So you just send them an email asking for, they have different people that cover the different areas of Australia. So, but again, when I first ordered seeds, I emailed the wrong person about getting the current seed list, and they just put me straight through to the correct person, and they generally answer any emails or anything really quickly. So it just makes it, really easy. When you order seeds, it is, you just request the current seed catalogue, and I'll send it to you in email, and you figure out what you want, and then you email them saying what you want. Now, there is $20 minimum order per variety, and a $60 minimum overall total on an order, which is pretty good for a wholesale company. The $20 per variety can get fairly expensive when you start going through and you're like, this, you'd like that. It sort of makes you think twice about ordering something you're not sure you need anyway, so that's probably a good thing, especially in my case. Shh, that is noisy. Can Dolly go and dance elsewhere?
No, she's jumping, not actually.
Jumping? Oh, she can go and jump over there on that. So yeah, that gets expensive after a while if you get a bit carried away with ordering seeds. But $60 total overall is pretty good for a wholesale company to do that amount. So yeah. And I think that is it. I'm sure there are other companies. I have bought from other companies, but not really. Like the ones I've talked about today are ones that I've gone back to and ordered time and time again. Whereas, there's probably a couple of other ones that I've gone to for something specific maybe, but off the top of my head I can't remember them. And I mean, this is a pretty good selection for what you are probably wanting. If you can't find what you need with these companies, yeah, they pretty well cover everything. So yeah, anyway, I hope this helps some of you. If you have any more questions about any of the seed companies we've just talked about, or anything else, just drop a comment below. They're happy to answer your questions on any of what we talk about or whatever we do our videos on. And I hope this helps you out, because again, like I said, especially with ball, it is really daunting starting the process to get an account with them, and it didn't need to be. If I had known sort of how easy they were to deal with, like, I wouldn't have been stressed about emailing the wrong person and upsetting someone or yeah, anything like that. So yeah, just go ahead and do it. If you're second guessing whether you want to or not, it's always better to have the account, and then when you want to order something, fall back on it, because it is quite a process. And if you go, oh, I want to order $200 worth of seeds from here, and I need them in 2 weeks' time, that's not going to happen. It was, I think, probably ended up about a month by the time I went from the start of the process to the end of the process. And that was just between, like, you fill out your forms, they send you the forms, you fill out your forms, you send them back, and then they have to send it to a different department for it to get approved. And it's just a few steps in the process, and it's sort of a bit of a wait between each step. That's all. And so yeah, it's not something that you can go, oh, now I want to apply for an account because I want to order seeds today or tomorrow, because that just won't happen that quickly. So it's something that you need to have organised in advance. Yeah. So anyway, we hope this is helpful, and any questions, leave them in the comments. Please subscribe, or if anyone you think would enjoy, or more importantly benefit from our videos, please tell them about our channel. We are on a bit of want to reach a few specific goals this year with our YouTube channel, and any help from any of you is great. The likes, the subscribes, the comments all help us, and we really appreciate having you all here with us to enjoy what we enjoy. And not sure what we're going to come up with next. Not sure what our next video is going to be. But we hope you enjoy, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.